All right, that is an indictment to our young people. That is an indictment. Honestly, I listened to this yesterday and I'm saying I'm going to air this to talk about it because whoever made this video is very angry. It's probably a young person like each and every one of you out there. It is time. Revolution has no control. You have to go out there and do what you have to do. Don't sit down and cry and lament and control. Some of you will come out and say, our leader, give us order. He doesn't have to give you no order. He doesn't have to. Are you telling me that all the murderers, the people have been killing you, somebody has been ordering them to go do it? No. Your faith is in your hands, guys. It's all left for you. The decision to do whatever you want to do is left for you. I'm telling you honestly. I am wondering, you guys, the young people, I keep wondering, what kind of blood is running in your veins? Because I know what I know. I mean, when I keep saying I was in the war, you think I was forced into the war? No, I wasn't conscripted. Even though towards the end of the war, there were people that were being forced to come into the army. There were those of us who went in there who couldn't even make the height because they said you're not big enough. I'm a tiny person. I'm not in the big side. Everybody that knows me knows that. But you know something? They refused me the army. I got into the militia. I didn't go into civil defense. There was something they call civil defense that came up. I went into the militia. From the militia, I forced myself into the war front. I was fighting as a militia before I got even inducted into the army. That's to tell you how the kind of blood that ran in our vein. These days, you guys, you young people are very docile. You are extremely docile. This person that is making this video, I don't know who did it. But I just saw it and he's saying something. People are looking at it. Nnamdi Kanu is human. He is not going to pull you out of your house. Are you not angry enough to do something? Must it be him that will do everything? Don't wait for him, for God's sake. Do what you have to do. Liberate yourself. Don't sit down there. These people are they are not relenting. I am telling you. Even though other tribes are waking up, yes, I agree with you. But believe me, as far as I'm concerned, you are not working fast enough. You don't wait for our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, to tell you to wake up. They are killing you left, right, and center. They are showing you that they can do just whatever they want to do. And nobody's saying anything. The governors are talking about it. But what are they doing? No. Yesterday, I saw a group of vehicles that were bought by the so-called Supreme Commander of Supreme Court Governor. These people, they make me sick. They make me sick because they are flaunting it in our face. In other words, what can you do? Well, one day the chicken will come home to roast. There is no doubt about it. I have. But what I'm saying is that we are getting too slow in what we are doing. They're killing our young people left, right, and center, and nothing. It looks like nothing is happening. Talk about Father Mbaka. Yesterday on the broadcast, people thought he was killed and he was abject and it was this and. Look at the way you guys are jumping. That's what the man is saying. There are other people that have been dying daily in our land, our people, and nobody is doing anything. Don't wait for our leader. Take the laws into your hand. Revolution does not have a commander. Revolution is you get up and do what you have to do. We have to avenge the death of our brothers. Don't let their lives go like that, because wherever they are smiling at us. Their spirit will always guide us and be with us. Wake up, wake up, wake up, big boys. Wake up. Do what you think is right. For the sake of Ikonso and the rest of them that have passed on, wake up.
As we continue to mourn the very great and gallant hero, Ikonso, which means the chalice of God, the Holy Grail himself.
Umune madire di bola dume. Aganula ni kwanye. Kini kani mere nundi uwa.
Ikonsa, Biafran warrior. Ikonsa, freedom fighter man. Ikonsa is our hero. Ikonsa in a resting at the paradise.
You fought like a soldier, and you died like a soldier. You never betrayed our motherland. Your legacy lives on.
You are a gallant soldier, a fervent soldier, benevolent soldier. My brother, you will live on. Ikosa, you will live on. Ikosa, you are a hero. Ikosa,
Okike Bahadito.
Never did it for Ikosa.
To be avenged, because it is appointed unto man to die only but once. It is the way you die that matters. It is the way you exit the stage that matters.
The sudden death is unbearable. I feel the pain from my innermost heart. It's just hard to say goodbye, my hero.
Ebani no nechebe kasino to guanana. You left us, but you live on.
Ono no bogo, nante kwala Biafra. Njinji jireji, ala juroyi. Iya inuruta, ESN commander. Umunne rarayanye, Ikonsa wala.
You are innocent. You offended nobody, but they choose to keep you.
And I ain't waiting for you.
You offended
to restore the
nobody, but they choose to keep you. We revenge now.
There will be no mercy. There will be no mercy. I'm telling you that we will none. Let that heaven fall. That we will all perish. That is the will and the wish of the Most High in the evening.
Because your death will be remembered.
As Biafrans mourn you, the whole world mourns you too.
It truly pains my heart that you are no more.
You are a hero.
The shock can never go out from my heart that you are no more. Continue fighting.
You are a hero.
Emmanuel Ikonsa, your sacrifices will never be forgotten. We will get Biafra reincarnate soon.
And the Ikonsa will be avenged without apologies to any idiot wherever in the world. And work is ongoing to that effect. And we're not going to stop until the heads are complete.
We are not like other people. Because as I once reminded you before we came, there was nobody like us. Now that we are here, they pretend, they copy, they emulate, they fabricate falsehood. But they can never be like us. Long after we are gone, they will wish we lived forever. IPOB is very special. Exceptionally special. The largest mass movement in the whole world, bar none. And we did it because Chukwuokike Abiama is with us. We did it because Chukwuokike Abiama created IPOB himself. And we are here to pilot its affairs. We will not prevaricate. We will not stop. We will not slumber until Biafra is fully restored to its former glory. Anybody in doubt as to our resilience and our determination to restore Biafra is not only mistaken, not only misguided, but needs to see a psychiatrist. Because we are not stopping. I am Nnamdi Kanu and I don't stop until I get what I want.
Indigenous. All I know, I hope is ever for sure. One day we must be free. Elohim, yeah, we told us to go. Biafra is guarantee. Yeah, people around the world will cry for peace to reign. Cry for peace to reign. Father and mother everywhere. Cry for peace to reign. I got to sing. I got to sing. I got you man. I got to sing. I got to sing. I got you man. Innocent people are dying every day. God shouldn't not crying every day. Let me tell you what you need to know. Freedom is guaranteed. Let me tell you what you need to know. You must be free. You must be free. Oh, oh, oh. Hey, 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 oh, oh. Hey, 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 oh, hey, hey, oh. Are you going to marry? Freedom, freedom, oh, freedom, 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 freedom. Are you going to marry? Any kind of freedom, freedom. Are you going to marry? Are you going to marry? Biafra's freedom, freedom. Hey, are you going to marry? Allah is great, better green. 30 keys to the enemies. They call me evil and Hebrew. Said he said you will never give up. We made a creed that we wanna go. Tell the world that I got is great. Wayo, 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 wayo. Hey, are you going to marry? Wayo, wayo. Hey, are you going to marry?
And she said in her email, I was born in a Catholic family in Biafra, West Africa, and have remained a Catholic all my life. In the course of the email, she wondered why Catholic radio wasn't reporting news about the genocide against Christians, particularly Biafrans or Igbos in Nigeria, who are on a daily basis being attacked by 4 major terrorist groups officially sponsored by the Fulani Muslim-led government in Nigeria. She pointed out over 7 Catholic priests have been murdered in the last 2 years. The most recent, a seminarian, beheaded recently at the same time when a chapter chairman of the Christian Association of Nigeria was gruesomely murdered. Okay, so I said, you're right. I don't hear much about this. I will say, though, my colleague Joe McLean on Mondays often talks about persecution, probably more so than most hosts on Catholic radio. It's a topic that really needs a lot of attention. So I said, Dr. Augustina, and she does have a PhD, and she said, go ahead and refer to me as Augustina during the interview. I said, come on in. Let's talk about this. So she joins me in studio to talk about this very, very important topic. So, Dr. Augustina, thanks for coming in. Nice to see you.
Thank you so much, Dave, for having me here and having some of my friends come to support me. My name is Augustina Madho Dedeka. As he has introduced me, I'm a Biafran, which is right now part of Nigeria. We are members of St. Bartholomew Catholic Church in Fort Worth, and I work for the Fort Worth Independent School District. I'm married. I have 5 children, and I was raised Catholic and have always remained Catholic. But the treatment of Christians in Nigeria has become so awful, where people are killed on a daily basis. There are beheadings every day. Every night people talk about how many people died, and constantly villages are being ransacked and sacked every night, and people are killed in the thousands every week. And there is no reporting
thousands
about
every
this
week.
Thousands every week, and there is no reporting about this in the world. You can sometimes hear it on social media, and if your family member is affected, you hear it sometimes. And sometimes if you're affected personally, of course, you mourn. But most people don't know that this happens. And this is perpetrated by the evil government that has been installed in that part of the world by the British Empire, the then British Empire, who colonized our part of the world. So Biafrans were part of Nigeria. And because we were part of Nigeria, were kind of annexed into being part of Nigeria, they collected a whole bunch of nations in that region at that time and made us part of Nigeria and called us Nigeria, which we think is kind of a derogatory kind of expression now that we are in the United States and we know that.
Let me stop for a second. I did a little bit of research before the program just so I could have some numbers, and there is a persecution monitoring group called Open Doors, and also the UK-based Humanitarian Aid Relief Trust, and they estimate that 7,000 Nigerian Christians have been killed for their faith in the past 5 years. You're saying 1,000 a week, I think you said, right? And so these numbers apparently are really, really low. So nobody's getting the numbers right.
Very low. And one of the things that happens is that the media in Nigeria have been telling this kind of lies all the time, that people are beginning to just accept. Who is going to go and find out? Who will find out how many people died in a village that was sacked? The Nigerian government doesn't even know how many people live in a particular village.
Yeah.
How do listeners get good data? I mean, Aid to the Church in Need, I know, is in Sudan. Is there some group that we can go to find out and listen more to the suffering church here? That's
the even more insane thing, is that people who come from outside of the world and go into Nigeria are not allowed because they're scared. Mm-hmm. They're threatened. Their lives are threatened. Yeah. You don't want to go where your life is threatened. Mm-hmm. Right. You might die just on your way going to the place. So it is almost impossible to get good data, clean data from Nigeria. There is no way.
Who is doing the killing, too? I mean, not just the government, but could you tell us more specifically?
This is a wonderful question. Specifically is the Fulani herdsmen and 5 other Islamic terror groups in Nigeria.
Islamic terror groups.
Islamic terror groups. And I have names like Fulani herdsmen, ISIS in West Africa, Boko Haram, Mieti Allah, who are always active in Nigeria right now, killing people, sacking villages at night. When you wake up in the morning, you see that the whole village have been killed off. And the rest who maybe made it alive will run out to the roads, and then they are discovered by people. So this is constantly happening in Nigeria.
I want to read this and then have you comment on it, because this gave me a lot of insight as to what's happening and why it's happening. It said Fulani are the world's, and tell me if this is accurate, Dr. Augustina. The Fulani are the world's largest nomadic group, and they believe they have a right to take land in Nigeria to graze their cattle. It's a concept in Islam called sacred space, and one Nigerian pastor said, according to this concept, all land has been given by Allah to the Muslims, and the Muslims have a right to claim any piece of land. And most of the areas that the Fulani are attacking are Christian communities, so it is very easy to see that it's happening in ethnic cleansing to advance the cause of jihad. So they believe they have a right to this land.
That's exactly what they're doing.
Yeah.
They believe that they have Osman Dan Fodio is one of the people who came there as a Muslim, Fulani Muslim, and promised a long time ago, before we were born, promised my ancestors that he's going to dip the Quran in the Atlantic Ocean. Now, if you look at the map of Nigeria, you will see that the Fulani tribe and the Hausa tribe live in the northern part of Nigeria, and there is no way they can dip the Quran in the Atlantic Ocean without going through our land and going into the Atlantic Ocean. So what they're promising us is that they will wipe us out, take over our land, and make sure to establish their kingdom all the way to the Atlantic Ocean.
And that's what they're doing.
That's exactly what they're
is there so there's definitely a religious element to this persecution. Is there also a tribal or cultural element, or is it mostly religious?
It's mostly religion. It's mostly Islamization of the West African countries.
This is not a peaceful
It's
thing.
not a peace. They're not asking you if you can move over and let them live among you. No, they're not. They're trying to kill the people and take over their land and displace them.
Yeah. I want to draw a comparison, and I know you and I spoke about this, and a couple of Choma and Charles are here as well. I don't know if you are going to speak or not, or if you're here for support, but go ahead and let us know if you want to speak, and then Sissel, you can open up another mic. But people are familiar with the Rwandan genocide, primarily because of the work of Immaculée Iligabiza, and she wrote a book, Left to Tell, which is a harrowing description of her own experience, almost being murdered, or her whole family being wiped out. When I made that comparison to you all, one of you, I forget which one it was, said, no, this is worse.
All right. Good morning and good afternoon, good evening, depending on your time zone. Unfortunately, this morning I was trying to find our leaders yesterday's broadcast, which I recorded, and I found out that whatever happens, I don't know what happened to it. It wasn't playing off properly. All right, so I've been able to get this, but based on the time factor, I'm going to have to run this rebroadcast as much as I can, because there are elements, there are things on it that I had decided we're going to talk about this morning in our conversation. Unfortunately, my own personal recording didn't work out well, didn't go well. I don't know what happened. Actually recorded, but then when I tried to save it on the computer, the whole thing went crazy, so I refused to save. I don't know what the problem is. I got one act of YouTube this morning that I'm going to air. Normally, I don't feel comfortable taking stuff out of. I just feel more better when I record it myself, because I have to start in a certain point. The YouTube thing has interruptions on it that keeps coming advertisement here and there, which I don't really find very funny. But I'll still have to aid the way it is, and to a point before we can talk about it. So let's listen to our leaders' broadcast. This was done yesterday, the 5th day of May 2021. So listen to it.
Look at their plight and look at their lives. Who are the ones doing the killings? I asked you to ask yourself this question last week. They are Fulani. Who gave them the guns with which to carry out all these murder, sackings, mayhem all over the place. This is where Nigerians do not reason, where they do not think. They don't think and they do not reason. I want to ask them, look at all the kidnappings, the killings, the land grabbing, the forcible conversion of Christians to Muslims happening in Niger State and elsewhere. Look at all the things that have been happening. Who gave guns to these people? They claim they are jihadists from Mali, from Senegambia, from across the Sahel. They came into Nigeria either with guns or without. If they came with guns, how come they were not stopped? If they came in without guns, these people are from Mali, mind you, and all the rest of them. How come they managed to acquire guns? These are the things you must ask yourself, and the sooner you find answers to these questions, the sooner you realize how foolish it is trying to defend what is in essence indefensible, which is one Nigeria. Who helped them to come into Nigeria? The same Fulani people today telling about one Nigeria. Let's keep the country one. There is insecurity everywhere. Insecurity. Who brought in these murderers into Nigeria? Nobody is asking the Fulani Caliphate this question. Because they organized it. El Rufai, all the Fulani governors. Because they believe the nonsense that Nigeria belongs to the Fulani race. It is theirs for the taking. And they actually believe it because of idiots like Iyke and that great harlot, that bleaching, palm wine drinking harlot in Asorok. Look at what is happening all around you and ask yourself, who gave Mietiala AK-47 with which?
Look, did you know there was a government-funded education?
All right, this is what I was talking about. You see, when it comes up like that, I wish it was my own recording. So let's keep going.
And to rape. Who gave the Fulani terrorists all these weapons they're wielding everywhere? How can a Fulani nomadic cattle herder know where to find a dealer that sells bullets? You know, have you ever asked, when you see that lonely Fulani boy with AK-47, how do you think he replenishes his stock of bullets? Who gives it to him? So you think he will leave his cattle? Let's say they are somewhere around, what's it called, at Amasia, you know, with his AK-47. Maybe he has gone, he has raped, he has kidnapped, he has killed a few people. Ask yourself this question. How do they get a resupply of bullets? Who gives it to him? A Fulani cattle header. Have you asked yourself that question before? Any day you do, you will understand the hopelessness of one Nigeria. Do you think that this invasion and conquest of Middle Belt would have been so easy had Middle Belt seen what Ojukwu saw in 1966 and 67? If not for the prejudice of the people that call themselves Nigerians, do you think that you'll be seeing what you're seeing today? Had all of you supported Biafra, do you think you'll be losing your land today, losing your head, losing your faith, losing your religion? Do you think that Leah Shuaibu will be more like, I don't know, a breathing, whatever it is, for Fulani terrorists? Is that what you think? I want Nigerians to understand this. God is punishing all of you for what you did against Biafra. All the mayhem, all the killings. Ask yourself, why is it it's only in Biafra land that the Fulanis do not have any genuine stronghold? No foothold in Biafra land. Why do you think so? God is punishing every part of Nigeria for the crimes you committed against his children. I'm not expecting you to believe what I'm saying, but you know it to be a fact. That is the fact. But today, thankfully and mercifully, the brute is no more. To tell you how miraculous God is. Buhari is dead, we know. How do we know that Buhari is dead, you may ask? Because God gave us brain to be able to use it to reason That is why we are not animals, because that's what Mary Wollstonecraft said. The reason, the only difference between you and the Fulani cow is because you can reason. Listen to me very carefully this evening. Buhari is no more, but the Fulani Caliphate, to tell you how merciful God is. When Buhari died, had they said Buhari is dead, Osibajo would have taken over. Osibajo is more learned, more urbane, more conciliatory, more progressive. Nigeria will still be one. That would have made our work very, very difficult. Because maybe Osibajo will come down to discuss and to negotiate, to say, oh, let's restructure, let's go back to the regions, either 1960 Constitution or 1963, whichever one would have continued in the issue. But to tell you how miraculous God is, He hardened their hearts. They said, no, it's our turn. It's our turn, we must remain in power. The time that we are doing it, they never knew that that would lead to the end of Nigeria. They never knew that. Elohim hardened their hearts. And today, the Fulanis have run Nigeria aground. And they are being openly vilified by everybody. Even Britain is fed up. USA is fed up with them. EU is fed up with them. Now you understand it, don't you? They themselves are the ones now canvassing for coup. Forget all this nonsense you're hearing. They use one man called Clark, who said he's a senior advocate of Nigeria. Senior advocate of what? I have no idea. A senior advocate. Asking army to come in to take over power under a civilian democratic dispensation. And he is a senior advocate of Nigeria, a supposedly learned man. When I tell you that they're not educated, I'm insulting them. Senior advocate of Nigeria, advocating for army to take over. Can you believe that? What is wrong with the people taking over in a revolution? Instead of Mr. Clark to call for a revolution, he's asking military. Very lazy way of approaching the issue.
I bring fresh showers.
Of all the ills bedeviling Nigeria. Now listen to me very, very carefully, please. I beg of you. How do you know that Buhari is no more? It is very, very simple. I want to prove it to you that he is no more. Very, very simple. Because sometimes you may be shocked, but 1 + 1 is equals 2. Always. Buhari, when IPOB started to torment the zoo, Buhari came out to give a live press interview. Not once, not 2 times, not 3 times. Only IPOB giving them problems. This was between 2015, 2016. Before the idiot died. 27th of January of 2017. I know the exact date he died. Before Buhari's death, he was having media chat discussing every blessed day, live, unscripted. Nobody would tell him what to say. Most of the times he was talking rubbish. But at least nobody ever guided him or asked him to say A or B. He had a mind of his own. Now, the Senate of Nigeria, listen very carefully. In a democracy, the Senate of Nigeria, or should I say a part of them, came out to say, we have not heard from our president, despite the daily killings. That on its own is an impeachable offense. That on its own is an impeachable offense. You are telling me that a president is alive in a country bedeviled by insecurity left, right, and center. They are minting money, they are printing money every day. They call it quantitative easing. NNPC does not have any money anymore. They they sell the oil and they pocket the money. The zoo is sinking. You have not heard from somebody who claims he's a president. Compare the character of the mask-wearing idiot now to the Buhari you had before. Are they the same? You know, sometimes in life you expect people to be able to reason properly. I am asking you people, you Nigerians, the thing that you're seeing now, coming from who you claim is Buhari Nasarok, the mask wearer, is it the same attribute of the man that you used to know? I'm sure the answer is no. A whole Senate of the country lamenting, we have not heard from the president. The country is collapsing. There is going to be war very, very soon, and he cannot speak. Do you know why he cannot speak? Because they know we are watching them. The fear of IPOB. They know any move they make, we are going to dissect and analyze. That is why they cannot bring him out to speak. Not even common live presentation. They cannot do it. And all of you went to school. Most of you are graduates. Most of you have PhDs. Are you telling me that your common sense, that I'm sure that all of you possess, I haven't told you yet that there is nobody there. In every other country of the world, ordinary COVID-19, they receive almost weekly briefing. Now, let me shock all of you. Do you know that before, even during Buhari, during Jonathan, during Yaradua, during Obasanjo, and even before that, have you asked yourself this question? How can Nigeria go through a whole calendar year without no official visit from any head of state from outside? Official state visit with state banquet. Because all over Africa, all over Europe, although there is COVID-19 lockdown, heads of states are visiting each other. Have you asked yourself that question? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Now the Senate, Nigeria's own Senate, is now saying, let me read it for you so you understand. A Senate where you have democracy. Any other place in the world, the Senate will go into a session, they will vote and say, we demand to see the president address the nation. That's how it is done. That is where it's a democracy, the rule of the people. And the Senate and the House of Reps, they are the people, which the presidency is answerable to. If they are serious, all they need to do is to lay down.
Only pay for what you need with Liberty Mutual.
Of both houses to say we have overwhelming, uncontainable insecurity in the country, and we demand that the president address the media chat, to be bye-bye for everybody. But they know that the man there is not Buhari. They cannot bring him out unless they set the stage, unless they choreograph everything, unless they plan it perfectly well. And I'm asking you people, as those that claim they are learned, what does that tell you about Asorok? Let me read the news for you. The Minority Caucus of the National Assembly on Tuesday lamented that President Muhammadu Buhari has remained silent despite insecurity in the nation. Now, your primary duty as a head of state, I am not a head of state, but my primary duty is to make sure that the IPOB family all over the world, that they are fine, in good condition. When there is a breach of security, I make sure, even in the middle of the night, I wake up and I make sure I address it. If I come on air, I speak about it, live. A country of 200 million people. If this man couldn't speak under COVID, he could not speak under raging insecurity, almost civil war status. When is he going to talk? It's a simple question I'm asking Nigerians. That tells you that there is no Buhari, he's dead. The clown they put there, all they can do is to script something, use deepfake, artificial intelligence, to mimic the voice of Buhari through a microphone. You think it is the idiot who is speaking. There is no Buhari. That is why, despite this rating, even to address people live on TV, he cannot do it. Once in a while, they package him, they bring him out, they say, oh, he has spoken. Oh, yeah. And the Yoruba people who are eyeing 2023 will just simply concur and wait for their turn to come. It's only 2 years away. Why can't we just wait? And we'll start enjoying oil and gas money. The caucus also said that APC-led administration of President Buhari has continued to breach the constitution. We have not, according to Abaribe, we have not heard from our president, despite the daily killings that are going on, and have turned Nigeria into a killing field of unimaginable proportion. Nigeria is at war on all fronts, basically, fighting Fulani domination and impunity. People are dying every blessed day. The person you claim is a president cannot speak. What is his job then? I'm asking you. Do you see how we know that Buhari is dead? That even the Senate is begging for him to speak in a democracy. I'm advising them today because some of them, they claim they're educated, but they are not. I'm advising you on what to do. Constitutionally, you have the powers. Go and pass a motion on the floor of both houses. Send it off to Asarok and say, we demand to see you to address the nation live and answer questions from journalists regarding what is happening in the country. Not just address. You must be interrogated. We want to ask you. Then you will see that the idiot will fall apart. Because we have planted a press man there. I'm not going to tell you his name or his network. He is going to ask him a question in Fufude, the native Fulani language that the old dead tyrant Buhari spoke before he died on the 27th of January 2017. I stake my life on it. I have said to them, if you can bring out this man and prove he's Buhari, I will drop Biafra agitation and apologize. But I know that the idiot is dead. They are shielding. The only reason why they cannot speak is because, they thought I will remain with... They don't know how we discovered that Jubril had fled. They were shocked. They thought I'll be saying Jubril all the time, so that Western intelligence will say, oh, he doesn't have his facts right. I know when they switched from Jubril to Yusuf Abubakar Mohammed from Niger Republic. That is the new Buhari you have. That is why you cannot see him. That is why he cannot do tours. That is why you cannot see him come out to receive heads of state. That is why nothing, everything is secrecy. You can be killing, people can be dying. You never hear a word from him. They are shielding Yusuf Abubakar Mohammed from talking because the day he grants any live, unedited, unscripted interview, the political clerks in Nigeria will commit mass suicide. Because I'm sure that's what they will do. Rather than, come around and say, oh, IPOB, Nnamdi Kanu has been right all this while, they would rather die. That's black people for you. They will commit mass suicide. That thing in Asarok, as I told you in 2017, is not Buhari. If you say he is Buhari, I want him to have a live media chat. The type the old Buhari had on the 31st of December of 2015. It's a challenge. If you claim Buhari, that idiot there is Buhari, let him come out and address the security situation in the zoo called Nigeria. In a live media chat, he will never ever do it. That day, the shame of Nigerians will be open for the whole world to see. The war, right now, a lot of countries, in fact, Nigeria is the only country in the only passport that you require visa to go to almost every other country in the world. But because of how useless it is. Any day, that thing there, Yusuf Abubakar Mohammed grants any live interview or media chat. If you say you're a Nigerian outside, people will spit on your face. They will say, we know you people as fraudsters and criminals. We never knew you were even this stupid. At least criminals are supposed to be very smart. You people are equally very, very foolish. So Abaribe, the Senate, and they can talk all they like. That thing there can never grant any live interview for anybody. He will not do it. Any day they do it, they try it, they are finished. And they understand that very well. That is why he cannot hold a live media chat. People are talking about impeachment. Let us impeach him. As my dear brother Mbaka said, let us impeach him. Do you know why Fulani is against impeachment? Fulani wants that boy to leave. They want to remove Buhari, that name, Buhari from Asarok. That is what they want. Oh, forget all this nonsense that he wants planting it everywhere. The only reason why they said no to impeachment and why they are running after Mbaka that I'm glad they've released, I didn't want to talk about him or write about him or tweet in the afternoon. We are just waiting to see if they will hold him. And then that thing they want, they will see it. But luckily for them, they released him. Let me tell you something you don't know. The reason why they're against Mbaka and everybody talking about impeachment is because once you impeach him, listen, he will be forced to come out to respond in the open. Journalists will interview him. That is why all of them, they are running helter-skelter. Nobody wants nothing. They don't want you to talk about it, because any day you vote in the House of Senate or in the Senate or in the House of Reps to impeach him, you will now give him a right to reply. Because the article, as Trump did in America 2 times, because the articles of impeachment will outline his crimes and misdemeanors. And the law of natural justice dictates that you must give him the right to reply. Who is going to reply? Buhari is dead. Is it Yusuf Abubakar Mohammed that will reply? The cabal won't allow it. Now you understand, don't you? That is why they're against impeachment. Because you cannot impeach a dead man. The Fulani Caliphate control all of you in the zoo using Yoruba media and your political leaders. They have captured the 2 critical, in fact, there are 3 critical constituencies in life. Media that brings you information and enlightenment. Your political leaders through traditional rulers, and also your religious leaders. That is why anytime they sense danger, they will send DSS. People are trying to destabilize the country. They want to remove Buhari from office in order to sow seeds of doubt and confusion amongst you, so you can no longer be together to ask for what is right. Asking for anybody you claim to be Buhari to address the nation is not causing trouble. It is not. It is called democratic accountability, isn't it? These are the things you must bear in mind. This thing about coup, that they sent Mr. Clark to talk about coup, is a well-planned move to manipulate people's minds into thinking that Buhari was removed as a way of hiding the fact that Buhari is dead. Fulani is praying for a coup. Forget all that was planning it. And I want Asorok to know that I know their plan. They want to do a coup. To say, oh, we have removed Buhari, he's incompetent. As a way of hiding the fact that Buhari is dead. That is what they want to do. And once they do the coup and they put in somebody first of all, they said, we'll put in a senior Yoruba general to calm everybody down, to stop Yoruba agitation. That's what I'm just trying to let you understand. If you doesn't know, they have 2 people in mind. One is a Yoruba high-ranking army officer. The other one is from the Middle Belt. They want to use them to try to calm everything down. The same thing they tried to do with Ogundigwe in 1966. And they ended up doing with Gowon. They killed everybody. Every Biafran high-ranking officer they got their hands on, they killed. All of them. They knew the world was very, very upset. Fulani knew they could not sell that very narrative to the world. They approached Brigadier Ogundigwe and asked him to take over the reins of power. He said no. They went to Gowon, a Christian from the Middle Belt. That is how they operate. The same thing they want to do now. So all this talk of they want to overthrow us is all rubbish. It's Fulani who are planning it because they know that the clock is running down. They know the clock is running down. They know that once people, shed this cloak of ignorance and begin to say that Buhari is dead, that they are finished. they want to use a coup. Fulani coup, by the way. After all, Fulani controls the army. How can anybody do a coup in Nigeria? How is that possible? Fulani controls everything. All the generals that are Fulani. Everybody in the hierarchy of the army is Fulani. So how can you do a coup? How is that possible? All the commanders of the tank corps you have in the zoo called Nigeria, they're all Fulani people. So how can you do a coup? All the people that lead the infantry in Nigeria are all the commanders, they're all Fulani. So how can you conduct a coup? It is the Fulani planning a coup so they can say that Buhari was removed due to incompetence. And then after that, they'll say, oh, he's living a quiet life. You know him, he's a man of peace and quiet. After a while, they will not tell that Buhari is dead.
All right, this is where I'm going to end this rebroadcast. Tomorrow, I'm going to carry on with it because everything, I will take it bit by bit. Unfortunately, like I said before earlier on the program, I had recorded it, but for whatever reason, I tried to save it, and the whole thing disappeared from the computer. So now I had to search around YouTube, and I've gotten something that keeps coming with advert, but it doesn't really matter. At least we've gotten the substance I need to talk about. You see, Nnamdi Kanu Jindi Alampuramu, there is nothing they can do. We are ahead of time. We are ahead of them in all the game. Anything they want to bring out, we know. And we'll talk it before now. I know because of this time, maybe they will change their plan. They will say, this is getting on our throat. They said they are planning a coup. Who is planning a coup? Who wants to take over? They are planning something. They want to, play on our minds to look like there's going to be a coup. Because the man in Asurok is stuck by their throats. They don't know what to tell them. The world knows. I'm very happy that the entire world have rebuffed them. They're going for seeking help. Who's going to help you? You always fail. Give us Biafra and have your peace. We said it earlier. Somebody had said it. Somebody had advocated and tell you, listen, dialogue now. Dialogue now means go out there and do what is right. Forget about all your plans, because your plans will never work. It's not going to work. The planning this time, let's make a coup. Then we put the Yoruba man as the head of state, and the Yoruba young people will not go. Let them bring the coup down anyway. Because which coup? Who is afraid of coup anymore? Bring it in. The world is watching. That's when you know you don't even have an army. They spoke about a colonel that was holding a meeting. Okeke, I think Okeke is his name or something. He was holding a meeting. Some 3 generals came in there, and he stood up to take salute, and they opened fire on them. They called them Boko Haram. But what's the difference between Boko Haram and Nigeria Army anyway? So what we are saying is that all their plans we are unveiling. They are being unveiled. There is no way they are going to escape. We've heard what is happening. We know what is happening. We are waiting. We are part of it. We are only telling the other regions, the Middle Belt, the Yorubas, to keep doing what they are doing. Let them keep on doing what they are doing, because you know what? Amateur, in the end, victory shall be ours. There is nothing anybody can do. We can see that it's falling apart. That one that calls himself Clark, I don't even know who the man is. I'm looking at him. He looks like a white man. That's Robert Clark. 2 white names. I don't understand where that one comes from. Anyway. But he can say whatever he wants to say. But the point is that we know their plans, and the plan will fail. And has already failed. We're going to take our conversation on this, what we have just heard. Our leader talk about this morning. And yesterday was done yesterday. What I just said to you right now is a rebroadcast. That was done yesterday, 7 p.m. Biafra land time. That's when he came on air. So we're going to, what we have heard so far, we're going to talk about it to make up our time. Our time here now, it's 8:50 a.m. That's in the morning here. I don't know what time it is over there, but it's 15 minutes above the hour in any part of the world where you are. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. So let's take our calls, 646-920-4541 plus 19294069953. We are also on Skype. Our Skype line, Signal and Skype actually, 845-283-9665. Then WhatsApp line is 845-344-7984. Call us. The line is open for you. Make your calls. All right, let me take the first caller this morning. Caller, good morning. Caller on private line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, Mazi. Good morning. Good morning, Mazi.
Welcome to
my name is Mazi, my man Ugo Onyejaka. I am the national PRO of IPOB here in the United States, and I reside here in Washington, D.C. Mazi, I'm from Amibo. Amibo is in Olo. Amibo is the home of the tiger, and Amibo is the home of King Jaja of Opobo. As I thank you so much for all you do for Biafra, and I thank God Almighty for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, Mazi, I was so impressed the way our leader spoke yesterday. He was so calm. His voice was so calm and very eloquent. And everything he said was very understandable. So people opened their ear and then, we are listening. That is very good. That one penetrated so much. I love it. Yes, and there is another thing that happened yesterday that was very miraculous. This is with the Reverend Father Mbaka. This is just a scenario. It is just a case study of what will happen if we do what Nnamdi Kanu have been telling us to do, if we can implement it. Look at when people came out, because this Mbaka has gone already. But when the members of the church, they came out and then start agitating and then start threatening, what do? They change immediately and then they brought him out. So this is what Nnamdi Kanu have been telling you. The only thing you have to do is that organize yourself. Come out in force. How many soldiers do we have? We don't have any soldiers anymore. Because those soldiers are your brothers too. You have Oduduwa soldiers. You have Middle Belt soldiers, and you have Biafran soldiers. So the one that is left for Boko Haram will not even be much. So just like these people come out and then threaten and told them that they have to release Mbaka, this is what we have to do. Biafra have to come out at the same time with Oduduwas, at the same time with the Middle Belt. When we come out immediately, that is the revolution is ended, and that is the thing. So now, believe me, Nigeria is gone. Everything that Nnamdi Kanu have been preaching, 99% of our liberation is there. 99.9. It is only 1%. So this 1% now that is left, believe me, by the time you know it, we're going to achieve everything. But what I am telling you now is that we thank God that we have our ESN. We have the Eastern Security Network already on the ground. And this Eastern Security Network, what do? They are increasing. Every day they are increasing because every Biafra is an Eastern Security person. But your job is different from the other ones that are in the bush. Remember, we have the ones that are in the bush mining our forest. And then we have the one that our foot soldiers, the one that are informants, and the one that are lone, Eastern Security people that can carry the job by themselves. So what we're saying is that do the job you have to do. Get everything that you can use to support yourself. Go ahead and do what you have to do. Because now Nigeria do not have any soldier again. So, but believe me, this Eastern Security Network, we have to feed it. It is our baby. We have to nurture it. So how do we do this? We can do this by dipping our hand in our pocket. Remember all this preaching that Mazi always come on the air and preach every day? Definitely we need transmitters so that everybody will be listening to it. Can you imagine what will happen if we plant transmitter all over Nigeria? And then the Hausa people start listening to the Hausa language. Then the Middle Belt people start hearing this wonderful, preaching. And then the Oduduwas and everybody. Then, Nigeria will collapse immediately. Because remember the little thing that we have done. This is the reason why we're able to achieve what we have achieved. So what am I saying? What I am encouraging you is that for these people that are thinking, people that have mindsets, especially here in America, who is still believing that Nigeria will come, they are having delusion. The only thing you have to do now, you have had all this your investment. You are here and then you have your investment. You open up, you build a very good house. Then you open up a business in Nigeria. Then you have to, be able just to secure it. And who are the people that are going to do it? That is the Eastern Security Network. That's why I am urging you, my brother, please do the needful. Go to our website, and that our website is www.ipobinUSA.org. www.ipobinUSA.org/donate. So when you go to this website, you can donate any amount. Nobody is there with you to tell you to donate 100 million. No. Any amount you give will be okay. So, Mazi, thank you for all the good job you've been doing for Biafra.
Thank you so much. God bless you, my brother. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, one more time from all over the world, wherever you're domiciled. Our leader just spoke to us, and we know the game of the Fulanese, where they are going. But unfortunately, Onyahanese, because we are one step ahead of them. We always know, our leader will always tell us what's up. The planning, they said some people are planning a coup. Nobody's planning any coup. Nobody will take that coup. You can't give you escape route. You must be stranded with that thing that you have there in Asurok. The lies that you started telling, keep on lying, keep on fooling yourself, keep on running up and down, and thinking that we're going to fall victim to that whatever you're thinking you're saying. They make it look like they want to get away, take that thing that they call Buhari out of their life and then at least have peace. Call her, good morning, call her on straight line. Let's take this one. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here.
My name is Martin Duweze. They're calling from Biafra land. About precisely.
Wake up. What about the program?
Mazi Peters.
There we go.
Good afternoon from Biafra. Yes, sir. Mazi, as you can see now, only problem we have now, there's a clip where one of our brothers is lamenting, telling Mazi to declare Biafra, telling Mazi to do this, telling Mazi to do that. Only thing that is holding us today is that the number of people that is needed is not yet completed. And some that are into the system are still very, 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 very careful. You understand? If you can unite today and decide to march on the road with the food, even without anything, as we used to do before, my brother, what we know today is more than what we know yesterday. We are going to catch them one after another because they are very small to compare our number all over the world. If we can unite today to march against our enemies, unfortunately, it's up to today. Some of our brothers and sisters are still wiping, using water to wash their nyashas and even drink the water. That is what is paining me most. To see somebody that is killing you, you are still going close to that very person that is killing you. That is for certain things. When I see it, I become angry with our people. If we can unite today, it is not of expectation for we to call our leader to declare even revolution against our enemy. We shall rise on our own. If you can be able to listen to the things needed now, we are going to do it very, very perfectly. But the time is drawing very closely. The time is coming where all of them are going to leave this Biafra land and run away. Still, anywhere they run to, we are going to follow them. Yes. Thank you very much, man.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you so much. That's the important thing. Remember that Mazi had told us from the beginning of, in fact, at least by the time I joined IPOB, he said he needs 100 men. 100. So don't force him to declare anything because you don't know how many people that he has found. All of us, many are called, but you know what few are choosing. All of us that are lining up and shouting and talking, most of us are not even part of. I don't know whether we would want that position. It does not matter how much you try to talk. The important thing is that Asinoya is the one that is steering the boat, and he knows the number of people. Cab driver, then he will take off. So our leader's Danfo is not full yet. The 100 people have not showed up. The day he shows up, believe me, that day he's going to declare Biafra. There's no doubt about it. And we'll all rejoice, we'll all dance in the streets naked. Because the way it is now, a lot of people, for some of you, the chambers, I seen they declare go Biafra. But for most of us, Biafra not a go. We're already in Biafra. I've been in Biafra since the 12th day of December 2020. That's the day ESN came alive, was the day that Biafra came, as far as I was concerned. As far as I'm concerned, because when I saw ESN, I said to myself, yes, this is it. So we always thank our young musicians. Biafra Got Talent. They're very impressive. I'm so impressed with them. I can't wait to meet them one day and rejoice with them because they are great. They are great musicians. I mean, they're very creative set of guys that everybody's doing his own thing his own way. Everybody don't have to carry the gun, but they are doing more job too than most of us. So what have you done yourself except talking? Beyond that, if you cannot be a volunteer, because I know volunteering is a natural thing. I believe that most of us are ESN right now. All of us was talking, was playing music and everything, but you cannot just be sitting down there and not being part of it. All you need to do is make your donation, make your contribution to keep them going. We need money to support what they are doing, and you know that. Money is very, very important in what we are doing. We cannot do it without being able to support them. These are volunteers. These are people that have come up to save us, to be with us, to make us go to bed and sleep with our eyes closed, without any fear or favor. So all we need to do is go dip our hand in our pocket, make contribution. The people of Maryland, they're coming up on Saturday with fundraising that they are going to take. They're taking part. Maryland here in America to be live. I think Simon Ekpa will be there to host the program. Yesterday I was also contacted that they want me to be part of it, and I promised them that I was going to be there. This is Radio Biafra USA 2, so let's take a call coming in on straight line. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Caller on straight line, are you there? All right, that phone just dropped. Okay, now he's back again. Let's take him this time. Caller on straight line, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good morning from here.
Welcome to the program.
Yes, good morning, Biafrans. Good afternoon, good night, whatever time zone you may be. Mazi, my name is Judo Kafo, and Judo Kafo is from Agbo. And Agbo is in Anioma. Anioma is Biafra, and Anioma is 101% Igbo and Igbo land.
There we go.
Mazi, I have heard a lot on social media about declaring Biafra and making Biafra come today, which all of us in the world, all Biafrans love and want to see. But one question I'm asking everybody: are we ready for the Biafra? Because it's easy to say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, declare Biafra today. Let heaven fall today. But how prepared are you? First of all, are you a member of IPOB? Are you in the family? No. Are you ready to put your hand in your pocket and say, I'm donating $1 billion for the sake of Biafra? No. Let me tell Biafrans around the world that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is on the right track. Nobody will push IPOB or ESM to war. It will come at the appointed time. How many of you that are jumping on social media from China, from India, from United States, from all parts of the world that are saying, Biafra, Biafra, how many of you are ready to sell your houses, empty your account to support Biafra restoration? How many of you are ready for this war that you people are drawing? It's easy to say and not do nothing. Did you read every time did you hear every time when our leader always talk about the children of Israel? They sold all their properties. They emptied their bank accounts around the world and said, we have no home to go. Who are we? What are we if we don't have a place to call our own? They gathered themselves around the world. They sold their houses, sold their property, and said, if we die in our land, Israel. And they came together, buy guns and bullets, buy bombs. And today, the state of Israel is alive. How many of you Biafrans on social media, on radio, in any part of this world that are ready to sacrifice the sacrifice that the children of Israel did? You people go to church. God set the children of Israel free. But the Bible didn't tell you all these things that our leader told us. That the children of Israel ran around themselves around the world and gather themselves and say, we must do what we have to do to set our people free. How many of you are ready? Our late generals financed Biafra war with his father's money. We have traitors in the lands. Yet, they sabotage the late General Ojukwu. If Biafrans would have financed that war, Biafra would have come. No, everybody's hiding their money. They want freedom. They don't want to sacrifice. You know, freedom is not giving. It's taking. It takes a lot of pain. It takes a lot of sacrifice to be free. One of the biggest is finance. We are calling for ESN. We are calling for people to support ESN. Some people have not even paid a dime. And you want to declare Biafra. Declare Biafra. Tomorrow they will call you. And the joy will give you 1,000. You'll be speaking in tongue. We are not ready. Don't you see the billions of naira? How puts on the greatest forward now for a time? Buy for the military. If they are ready to use that money to support ESM, will Biafra not come? Biafras, if 1,000 Biafras around the world get up today and say we are selling our house, we are closing our camp to support Biafra restoration, I tell you Nigeria will fall.
Yes.
As soon as Nigeria government hear that 1,000 Biafrans have sold their house in America, in England, whatever country of the world they are, the zoo will fall that minute. But are we ready? Are we ready to pay the sacrifice? They are killing our people. They are raping our mothers. They are killing our sisters in the farmland, taking our villages. And yet, we are not doing nothing. We are talking on social media. Biafra, declare Biafra. Do this, do that. How long, how far are you willing to go? How far are you willing to put your hand in that pocket and say, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, declare Biafra now? I will give $1 billion. If you are not doing that, if you are not supporting, you shouldn't even make a video or let that card. We want men that are serious. We want men like Ikonso. I saw yesterday, Enugu was shut down for Dambaka. I don't hate for Dambaka, I love him. But how many towns and cities and villages was shut down when Ikonso died? Are we ready for freedom? How many towns and villages? How many cities in Biafra land was shut down for the death of an innocent man that was fighting for the freedom of these people? No. For Dambaka, people shut down Enugu. Shame on you people. You people are waiting for Biafra. May God help you people. Mazi, may Chukwu bless you.
Bless you too.
We must see Biafra in our time.
Thank you, sir.
In the name of Chukwu Kikebiama's name I pray.
He said.
He said.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. That's the correct thing to say. You know, are you ready? That's the question you should ask yourself. I know people are so anxious. Me too, I am, honestly. But you know, sometimes I ask myself, am I really ready for this? You know, especially those of us in Biafra land. Don't sit down there, dip your hand in your pocket. Support. You don't have to, you know. One time I traveled, you know, I went to the community, my community, and somebody was always like, he has everything. There is something you can always do for somebody. All right, if you clean one leg today, clean the other one tomorrow. Everybody has something to contribute, something to do, honestly. Don't wait until they get you up, and then you can be able to do something. I have a call coming in on Signal. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good morning, Dr. I. Peters. How are you, sir?
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. Speaking to your brother Chidera from South Africa, sir. Mazi, I understand our brother Judo Kafo, but I just want to comment certain things. That particular video he's referring to, sir, I believe you guys are earlier in the morning. They probably haven't come across it, but if you can just open this particular line I'm calling you on, you can see that it's very emotional. Mazi, I cried like a baby. Listen to that, our brother. Yes, a lot of people may not come down.
I think I started the program with that video, so I just played it, you know, halfway before I went into my program full. I listened to it.
Maybe I missed it. Okay. Yes. So I was just saying, let's be careful the way we make comment certain things. A lot of people may not come out to protest when they murdered him, but between God and the people, how many people have wake up after that death? You may find it. This is I heard one of our brothers speaking about the kind of even our leader said it. The front monsters we are fighting. You find out that the ESN is powerful, but their power is being limited because of the people that is in power are going after them. Imagine if the Eastern leaders and the rest of them say, "Hey, all of us hands up, they're clear people, and these alternatives secure." You will see the mighty, you see some men, but because they're allowing the Zoom media to be attacking them, media is going after them, everybody's going after them. This guy operating like a kangaroo, kind of. I'm not limiting their power, but let's be careful the way we make some comments, certain things. I understand our brother Beno and Judo Kafo. Please, people are waking up. You never every single day Nnamdi Kanu preach. Every single day Peter preach. Every single day Mazi Nnamdi preach. Somebody is repenting somewhere. You may not know them. A lot of people may not have millions of pounds to donate, but they have their footstep to go in front. So when you make that guy that came out, he has said he have tried. You don't know how far he have gone. He said he have tried to contact our leader, but the line is very busy. When you come, we can just encourage. How ready we are? You don't know who is listening to you. You don't know. People are boiling, sir. Or to be honest, so when such a thing come up, all we have to do is back it up. If the person is negative, then fine. But in this positive manner, we should just back it up. Our leader have not made a comment. That guy just the video just today. Now, if that is our leader is very intelligent and they got people working for him, they will find out this voice. Who is he? Where is he coming from? How do we reach him? He mentioned Simon Ekpa. He mentioned our leader. They will try to get him. He said we are coming. So all of us we are coming. So, but when somebody speak, please let's be careful and just not demonize those who already their spirit are high. He praised the ESN, he praised unknown government. So many things he said there. Let's just calm down. Let's not just start asking questions. A lot of people may not have 1 million, but those who don't have 1 million are in the bush. We that have the million should preach it now and bring it out. And that is all I have to say this afternoon. God bless you, Dr. Ike.
Thank you very much. And that is exactly what Judo Kafo is saying. Bring your money out. Support what we're doing. I know that video, the video is quite emotional. I listened, like I said before, I listened to it yesterday, last night, and this morning I heard a part of it. You know, it's what I'm trying to say is that our leader, who that tape was being directed to, definitely, if he doesn't listen to it directly, somebody's going to pass it on to him. The assistant, there are people out there whose job it is to do that. And we understand the anger, the frustration, yes. But you know something? Even when our leader started this thing, the time he started it, long, even before I joined IPOB, a lot of people were already so angry that they wanted Biafra that day. When I joined IPOB, when I told you the truth, I kept saying it why I joined. It's out of the anger that made me join IPOB, because it's like when he was talking originally, for me, I was one of those enjoying free listening. I wasn't a part of IPOB. I didn't know nothing about IPOB. But when they put him in jail, I said, "Nah, wait a minute. So now they are flexing their muscle. So it is time for me to become a part of this thing." So other people are coming in the same day, the same way every single day. So let's give everybody a chance. Caller, good morning. Call on Signal. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon, sir. Mazi Iyke.
Welcome.
My name is Onyedikachi Jase. I am from Ifite Urumba province, Biafra land, and I lived in Germany. Now I'm in Switzerland.
Welcome to
Yes, Mazi Iyke. I just want to comment on our brother who called before this our brother called now. You see, the thing there is we will not wait until everybody in Biafra land wakes up. We don't have that time. The people we are dealing with are jihadists. The more time we waste, the more time the more strategy they bring. Let's forget that we don't have governors. What we have in that Biafra land are terrorists imposed to rule the indigenous people. How are we sure that these people we are calling our brothers are really our brothers, our blood? These people are pure blood Fulanis. These are contaminated blood on our midst. If you the only blooded Biafra we have in that government office is Enyine Abaribe. That is the blood of Biafra. So, my brother, you see, we are dying everywhere. Outside country, we are dying. Home is not well. It's not good. Also, we should do this thing once and for all. We are not. This is not even life. We are not living anymore. We are not living anymore. Huh? I can't just open. If I open my mouth and tell you what we are going, what we are passing through outside, my brother. On our, in fact, Mazi Iyke, may God bless you. And Hamadike, our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, I greet you wherever you are. He said, Mazi Iyke, may God bless you.
God
It
bless
is time
you.
for we to do this thing once and for all.
Thank you.
Okay? Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right. Now. So we are getting there, my brother. Don't take it easy and caller on private. What is that? Okay. Principal of Saslan, I'm sorry. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi Iyke Peters, good afternoon from Ghana.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. It's Chineman calling. Please, I just want to what our brother Mazi Nnamdi said that about how people is Mbaka and our commander we didn't rise up, and I would like us to understand the difference between freedom fighting and an ordinary person. So we cannot. We are into freedom fighting to get our nation, and we know the people we are fighting against. They are not. They are not happy. Anybody that died in this our freedom fighting, the record is there. The record is there. The record of the person or the individual, anybody that died in this struggle, the record are there. That is freedom fighting. We cannot. Mbaka himself is now being suspended by the Catholic Church, according to the news I just heard now. Has been suspended. For what? The time he was talking in favor of Nigeria government, the Bishop of Enugu is there. The time he said that Buhari is a Messiah, the Bishop is there and is watching how everything is going. So we have to be very, very careful. It's not that we are into freedom fighting and we are there to get our nation. Like what our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu posted today. What this man said, this baboon at Ota said, that a minority will be exterminated if Nigeria break up. Imagine that kind of the so-called an elderly statesman will come out and make such. Why he will not understand that Fulani, who is not up to 5% of Nigeria population, is now trying to come out in broad daylight and say that they are the owner of Yoruba ancestral homeland. But Baboon Atota did not reply that word. He will come out now to say that minorities will be exterminated when Nigeria break up. Who are those minorities? That is how those criminals are now trying to sell us into the hands of Fulanis who are not up to 5%. So we have to be very, very careful. We enter freedom fighting. Now Mbaka is trying to correct the mistake he made in the past. But everybody should understand that whenever, as our leader has already, whenever you serve zoo, you must come back in shame. So imagine a Catholic Church coming out to suspend the Mbaka because he said, instead of them to go into what he said about what is going on in that country, in that their own so-called country. My bro, all hair Biafra. Shalom, Mazi.
All right, thank you very much. I'm hearing about this suspension for the first time, so I don't want to talk about it because it's unconfirmed. Whenever we confirm it, we'll know what to talk about it, because let me just leave it at that. Caller on, have another call to take. A caller on, let's take this one. Caller on straight line. Good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, Mazi Iyke, can you hear me, sir?
Good morning. Welcome to the program.
Mazi Iyke, you told you to carry on my direct origin, but the Shika Mazi Iyke. Mazi Iyke, so we get to learn how to. Mazi Iyke, so you belong with them, you don't know, but watch Mazi Iyke, show. My name is Okechukwu. I'm from Umuawalu province, Biafra, not Biafra. I come from our province, Biafra, there's no economic attack. Never. It can never happen in this life. Our internet broadcast yesterday, he was speaking to them in a very catchy way. You see, I wanted to tell them, you see, middle belt, this is their time. Follow our leader. You know, sir, if you miss this opportunity, you are only allowed for this one to come out to follow our leader. It remains immediately put their flag in that. So we go drive Fulani, carry Fulani, go back them with the head Fulani to pretend. That is where Fulani now pretend road again. So, as a professor, you sit there with the job. I want to get professor. I said, not gonna go study this message. Where to go to Biafra because of Biafra. Where send our leader, the only truthful and truthful human being on this planet there. No. This way you can feel sacrifice with our leader sacrifice. Talk to Biafra. Only could talk to Biafra. Like when you know Isaiah chapter 61, all got to go to Biafra. Look beyond that. To go to Biafra is that Biafra restoration will prove to people that you could, if you are sincere, you will use the eye and see to go to Biafra. Isaiah chapter 61. From verse 1 to end, you see verse 2, verse 5, verse 6, verse 8, verse 9, and verse 11. Very, very important.
Thank you.
Do you see Isaiah chapter 63, from verse 1 to end? Very, very important. So, but you see verse 3, verse 4, verse 9, and verse 17. Underline, shake the line. We don't go. Anytime we lead us say that today, different. Make it a no cost. I don't let the watch you now. You know, let's say, I will like, you know, get sense to pass our leader, you tell your to go to Gabiaba.
There were.
Thank you. Speaking of this, I'm going to say, who's that going to say, those spoken on up, Walla? Oh, no, but I think you're right. I know what I'm going to go. When I go and over check out, now you are alone, definitely second, don't put one a month. Oh, who put on your you know, let go up. You might let them more.
You see? Thank you, sir. All right, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. This is Radio Biafra. We're still taking calls at 646-920-4541, 845-344-7984. That's a WhatsApp line. All right, on Signal, I have a call. Let me see this one. Caller on WhatsApp, on private line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here. Caller, good morning. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Good afternoon from here, Dr. Peter.
Welcome to the program.
Pastor Jack on the line. Thank you. Calling from my location this afternoon. I just want to add my voice to the conversation, although I don't want to be too emotional, but I just want to speak from my own point of view. I will start with Father Mbaka. Now, what happened yesterday, Mbaka actually said in his address to the protesters that the bishop, I think Valentine Onaga, Callistus, they wanted to detain him for 30 days. That is house arrest. And some of the things he pointed there, both having other priests to preside over his church, they say no and all that. And in the end of the whole thing, he said because he blessed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. and which was one of the allegations they presented to him. And he told them he speaks when God says you should speak. And he blessed Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with his own mouth. That if anybody don't like it, the person should go and curse Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with his own voice. So now, if you actually look at what happened yesterday, you will know that it wasn't only the followers of Mbaka that went to that protest. As long as Mazi Nnamdi Kanu open mouth say we will fight for this person, you don't know who is IPOB and who is not IPOB. It was actually because of the protest before the bishop, they were afraid. They had to say, okay, Mbaka should go and address them because people have started destroying the building the bishop got. Now, it makes me to wonder. Now, he now want to call Mbaka to order for not speaking the truth. What about the other time he speaks in favor of Buhari and other things and against IPOB? What did he do then? Now, this has to teach us one thing. I said it earlier, I see both some religious leaders, traditional rulers, and these politicians, majority of them, are working against Biafra. That is the truth. Because as sensitive as this matter is, if that bishop is sensitive and reasonable, he wouldn't have in the first place. But if fully aware that this is one of the things one of the allegations they're going to charge him back for talking about IPOB leader, blessing him. Not for criticizing Buhari and saying they should impeach him, which was the right thing when the leader is not doing well. That bishop was very, very lucky that people did not even kill him. The mob did not kill him. Because this guy now begin to realize and understand that most of these people in our land, they are the devil incarnate we are already fighting before the Janjaweed. Because the Janjaweed are fighting us far away from us. They are using our own people to fight us. And it is high time we have no sympathy towards anybody. Anybody that messes up, we should deal with that person. Now, going to our brother that just did a voice, I listened to that voice. Actually, it is emotional. He might not actually be a black man. He might not actually be trying to be a rouser. But the way I saw it, as in, he's speaking out of emotion, his personal view, though. It's not that he's going to tell people what to do or what not to do. He's being emotional on what he's going through. But the truth is, IPOB is actually doing something we are trying. The fight we are prosecuting is a very big fight. People do not understand. This is a jihad that the world Muslim has voted billions of dollars. Not only Nigeria, not only Muslim in Nigeria, if you don't know, because right from the time of IPOB, remember that IPOB voted only to Islamize Nigeria. Do you understand? That's right. This war did not start today. So we are fighting a millennium war to root out the stamp of Islam that his footprint in Nigeria. Not only Nigeria, but they want to take over the indigenous land and make everybody slave. That is what we are fighting if you don't know. Most of these Arabic countries sponsor these people unknown to you. You do not know what we are fighting. That is why you see stupid person like Obasanjo will come and say that if Nigeria breaks up, minority will suffer. But the minority should are killing the rest of the majority. These are the people playing Nigeria, deceiving each and every one. But my kind opinion here is, since our boys have understood, because to be honest with you, the gospel preaching and leader on a daily basis wakes people up. Even those that do not believe have come to that realization, come to that point. So let more people be absorbed into ESN to do the work. Men are willing to give up their life for what we believe to defend our land. Let more people be absorbed. I don't care whether Biafra is declared or anything. But you know what? By the time we destroy everything that belongs to the government and the presence of government is deserted in our land, and these governors and criminal politicians will run, nobody will tell them that Biafra is here. Yeah. Nobody is going to tell them. Because if you don't fight these people, they will continue to until our people. Okay, like from what other people have just said, look at also this man that was not elected is buying more vehicle and ammunition, especially to kill our people. Let everybody, because you know one thing I have discovered, the revolution will not just take place. It needs somebody to steer the spirit of the people. That is why you saw what just happened in the case of Mbaka. Because Nnamdi Kanu have taken the mantle of leadership of preaching this gospel, and he has steered the heart of people over the long period of time, and people have come to their consciousness. So individually, people might not be able to do anything. Because they will say, if at my action, because in every action there's opposite and there's equal and opposite to the action. If I react, if I take action, what will be the next thing? But when somebody understands that he has a cover, that if I do something, this definitely is going to happen. I will have a cover for certain persons. Or even if I die, other people will be there fighting for that same cause. You see people come out. Therefore, when we are more in this ESN defending our land, it will pay us more good. And these governors ranting and politicians, certainly they will run out of our land because time is coming when we take them one after the other. Thank you, Master Dr. I. Peter.
Thank you so much. Well, all right, this is Radio Biafra. I'll take a very short break and I'll be right back with you. Stay tuned. Don't go away.
Oh, nana. Land of the rising sun. John Lovine, my originality. Land of the rising sun. Biafra, land of the rising sun. Biafra, my home, my fatherland. Biafra, land of the rising sun. Biafra, my home, my fatherland. We are children of the Most High, called by the name of God, the Creator. Wise men from the east, south, and the middle, great Biafran people. We're taking it to idol worship and we lost the faith of our God. And as we wallowed in idol worship, the British entered in, trading on the Niger, exploiting your people, trading by barter. You give me palm oil and take soup, so them entered in. I brought in civilization, brought in your religion, and told us about America, and we embraced it. I never knew them got ulterior motive. With religious pitted us amongst our brethren, with denomination tear us apart. Building churches, schools and hospitals. We never knew we had to pay this much to be your place forever. Oh, nah. So we fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schisms. We fought so hard against them systems, fighting against them schisms. But our lives have gone poor. At the very spot we left our America. Now is the time to be restored. Great Biafra be restored. I want freedom for my people. Freedom for Biafra. Biafra, land of the rising sun. Land of the rising sun. Biafra, my home, my father. The descendants of Abraham. Biafra, from Father Isaac. Descendants of Jacob. Biafra is a reality. My fatherland. My originality.
Why are you people lying? Why don't you tell them they want an independent Biafra? Oh, they're fighting for their freedom. So we owe everything to Chukwuka who asked us to come. Not by our own might, nor power, nor will, but by the grace of the Most High.
Back in 1914, amalgamation, colonial masters, criminal masters, a mercenary soldier named Frederick Lugar brought together all them captives, including Jah people, them Yorubas and them Ariwas, and so many other people. Nigeria, Niger area. Oh, Nigeria, people with different religion, different beliefs, yeah, different in culture and.
All right, I'm back again on Sit. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. My name is Mazi Iyke. Still want to remind you that on Saturday, it is Saturday 12 noon in the afternoon. The Maryland IPOB in Maryland, they are doing their fundraising that is coming up. Special guests were there. All the special. I don't know who they invited because I've not received the flyer. But yesterday they contacted me and they want me to be part of the They invited me to the conference, so I'll be there tomorrow. Simon Ekpa will be there. That's what I was told, and I hope all of you who are interested, when I get the information correctly, because they've not given me any. There's a flyer here that they will send to me, but probably there's a wrong flyer because that's a past one. Saturday is supposed to be the day after tomorrow, so be able to join them on that conference and that Zoom. We're trying to raise money for our ESN. So what we are doing is money. We need money to run what we are doing. I have a call. Let me take this one. Caller on WhatsApp on private line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
A very good afternoon to you from my side and good morning from yours.
Welcome to the program.
Thank you, sir. The Ochukwu is speaking here from my location. You can see that the blood of our people are boiling. It's boiling like a hot oil that is over 20,000 degrees. You know why? These people have done so much damage to our side. We're very, very angry. I just want to pull out one or two things from what our brother that called, we're talking about donation, and our brother that made the video. Both of them are still in the right track.
Yeah.
People must donate, and the people must also fight. The other our brother is talking about we are ready to do the needful, and the other our brother is talking about we donated, and that's true. You need to donate. Once you hear that Biafrans are selling their properties, and Nigerians they will like what our pastor said, the church said. This war has been going on for a very long time. But what our leader did perfectly is to come and open our eyes and see what is happening and how do we avert this thing that is coming. If any other thing don't see reason from everything that has been happening, just look at it in this way. Why is Fulani, you're asking Fulani to leave your land as a visitor? And they're saying, no, we are not leaving. And the only thing they can do is to kill people. So what do you think that is happening? Just look at it. Sometimes I just believe if everyone that is listening to Radio Biafra could just sometimes think a little bit out of the box. Why is these people saying we are not leaving? It's because they want our land. They want only our resources. Our internal leaders said it. They want our resources, but they don't want the people. They don't want us. So the only thing we can do to help ourselves in our next generation that is coming is to do what? To fight these people back. It's going to take a lot of things, but we have to. We have no choice at this point. And I believe so much that our leader is in a very right track. Yes. And this track that is leading us to is going to lead us into Biafra. Giving order and giving order and giving order. He has given so much order. Then revolution that he has about, everyone should hit the street and do the needful. There's no need for waste. The only order that I
your Wi-Fi is not behaving well. Reconnecting it that somebody's coming on your line and interrupting your broadcast. All right, let's see if you're going to change. So what we are saying is that the way let me disconnect you because the line's not going through. We can't hear what you're saying. Revolution, when people are saying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, well, revolution is ripe. And you know something about revolution, let me be honest with you. I think revolution has to do with when the there's a rumble in the galaxy, and it comes down. It makes us, because of difference in time. Think about it. Nobody wakes up in the morning and says revolution. One single thing, a very small thing, will just spark up everybody, and everybody will just go crazy and start killing each other. It's going to happen regardless. The Fulanis, they are planned. They are running up and down to helter-skelter, trying to make sure that they cover their ass and everything. But you see, unfortunately for them, like our leader just spoke to us, we heard what he said about their plan, saying that calling for coup and the rest of them. Nobody wants a coup. It's just them that are just trying to make it look like there is something going on called coup. All right, caller, let me see. Caller on Principal Officer's line. Tell us your name and where you're calling from. Good morning from here.
Yes, thank you, Mazi Iyke Peters, and good afternoon from my end here, Mazi. Thank you very much. I want to say greetings to great Biafrans, IPOB family worldwide, and our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. We appreciate and God bless you. Mazi, please, as usual, my name is Desmond, and I'm calling from Italy. Before I comment on your analysis of Mazi, please let me quickly give out our numbers here in Italy to support ESN. I want Biafrans, friends of Biafrans, our well-wishers who are here in Italy, and those people who wish us well, who wish to see Biafra restored in our time, groups that are affiliated to Biafrans, that this number is from IPOB National Body in Italy and approved by the IPOB National Coordinator. So, to support ESN, please, we should call this number so that what we are doing, we keep moving. The numbers are +39 35 100 460 55. I repeat, +39 35 100 460 55. This number is for the National Coordinator of IPOB in Italy. The second number is +39 35 12 55 1274. I repeat, +39 35 12 55 1274. This number is for the National PRO IPOB in Italy. Please, if you're a Biafran in Italy, or you are somebody who is wishing us well, who wants to support ESN, please call any of this number and you'll be directed accordingly. Having said this, Mazi, let me talk about the video and how the guy was saying. You see, Mazi, in our land, the killings in our land has been going on for decades, but there is something we have to understand very well. You see, since the inauguration of ESN, if we look at it very well, we've not heard much about the Fulani terrorists, at least their herdsmen, killing of our mothers, raping in our bushes. It's not that, but then it's not like before, that you come out one day and you see videos, you see this thing of this thing. And also you see, before you hear of police people killing people in checkpoints, committing a form of havoc in checkpoints and doing a lot of things in our land. Now such has reduced, What we are now facing now is the terrorists, the terrorists in Nigerian military uniform, who are now coming out to abduct our people, kill our people, and do all form of things, which, is sponsored by the Nigerian state. And ESN, IPOB, we are doing our best to secure our land, and what our people have to do is to support us. Our leader has always said that to have a very good and valuable society, we don't need to go, we don't need to run before ourselves. We'll have to take things according to the way directed by the Spirit of God. Because remember, what we are doing is being anchored and who is in charge? God, Chukwu Ike Abiyama, is in charge of what we are doing. And he has brought down an angel in form of human form, who is our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. God is directing him, leading him, and he is leading us, just like in the days of Moshe. That is, Moses, from the land of Egypt, when he wants to save the children of Israel. So the timing of God cannot be the timing of man, because God doesn't work with what man says. God works with what he says. So what I'm trying to say is that our people must brace up for what is ahead, because the days ahead is going to be very, very tough. Our leader has always said that, you see, we need a popular uprising. We need a revolution. And our people should educate. Do you know, Mazi, there are sometimes when I talk to people, both in Nigeria and also in Biafra land, some of them feign ignorance of what is going on. I mean, you know, the day that the Fulanis were rioting in Ojo Gate, I caught somebody in Ojo, and I told him, this is what is happening, how far? He said he doesn't know. And the thing got me thinking. And he was even asking me, how do I know that what caused the fight? I said, you are in Ojo, Lagos. Something is happening in your domo there at Lasu Gate there. You are telling me you don't know. And so you now see that the media, our leader just sent something on Facebook about 2 hours ago, that a lot of things, Owerri, Onitsha is boiling as we speak now. Onitsha is boiling. It's very hot now. But the media will not report it. You know, so our people must understand that we have a lot of demonic coverage of what is going on ground. There is a lot of foreign powers who is trying to, especially from the British end, who is trying to cover up what is happening. So our people must understand that it's not all about, yes, everybody, everywhere is hot. We are all feeling the heat. That is the truth. But truthfully, before you can become gold, you must pass through heat. Before you see gold, before it comes out to become that gold that everybody cherish and love, you must be heated. You know, so we must brace up for what is ahead. It's very, very important. And our people must prepare, enlighten those you know, orientate people, you know, to know what is going on, to rise up. You understand now? To rise up and go on for a revolution so that that country will be dismantled. That is the only way, you know. And for support, our people must also support. Those of our people, sometimes when I'm talking with some of our IPB officers, we do discuss and we'll say, come on, why is our people finding it difficult to bring out money? And they will say, well, if those are our people, there are some of our people that have money. You know, if they can bring out their money, things will be easy for some of us. But the point is that some of them, you know, I don't know. So the only thing is that our people must take patience and follow up with our leader. In our leader last question and answer, the one he did 2 Fridays ago, the one he did on Monday, somebody called him and say, why don't we take Biafra by force? And our leader say, very soon. Very soon. There is timing for everything. Very, very soon. So our people must understand. Our leader, God is leading him and he knows where he's leading us to. And we know what we are doing. You know, you can't just come out one day, something that has taken 50 years to be done. This destruction has been done on our people, on our land for 50 years. Fulani has been preparing to take over our land for 50 years. And you see, action has just started since last year when our leader inaugurated ESN. And it's just a few times because all those years, since 2012, our leader has been shouting, this is what is going to happen. These people are coming. He came to America, World Igbo Congress. They made mockery of him, you know. So he has been shouting, he has been shouting, he has been shouting, he has been shouting that this thing is coming, you know. But the fact is that our people did not wake up early. And even our people wake up when our leader came out 2012 and start shouting. And even our people in America 2015, World Igbo Congress, received him that time. They would have been singing another song by this time. But they did not. Are you with me? So there is no how you can expect what these people have been using 50 years to plan for us to just come and thwart it with all the whole money they have at their disposal. Even up to now, some of our people are still paying docile, sleeping, you know, around the world as if they don't know what is happening. So the fact is that God is in control. At the end of all this process, we are going to emerge victoriously. That is the truth. Most of our youth has not really woken up. I must be frank because this is the truth. We that talk, we that are in the grassroots that talk to people, we know how people react sometimes. People, yes, of course, when our leader preaches, people are waking up. That is the truth. But the fact is that some really need to wake up. You know, we cannot start be comparing Mbaka's situation and Nikoso on all those things. There is no need for all those. Because even Mbaka himself, he knows that the support he got was because of our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Because the man said we must defend our own. That is the truth. Everybody is IPOB. Everybody is IPOB. But the fact is that we must be ready for the things ahead. The days ahead is going to be tough than what we've seen. Everybody must be ready. Our people must train to defend themselves. You see, every land in Biafra land, I used to say it, every villages must form a vigilante group. Even if it's knife, you people can lay your hand on. Form that vigilante group. hold that knife and have the necessary connection for backup when the time comes. It's very, very important so that we defend our land properly. Thank you, Mazi, and God bless you. God bless Biafrans, and God help us too. In the name of Chukwuka Biama. You see?
All right, thank you very much. This is Radio Biafra. We almost come to the end of today's program. We're going to pass you on to Radio Biafra USA 1 to continue. And all I need to tell you is that the struggle continues. Our leader is in the right direction, and there is nothing anybody can do. I know how emotional we are. And you could see declare Biafra. There are people who wanted this Biafra declared even about less than 3 or 4 years ago. You know what I'm saying? Our leader keeps telling you, be patient, because when the time comes, I am going to do it. And anyways, people in the world, he takes a message from the divine and spreads it to us. Okay, let me oblige this last caller. Please make it very fast. And caller on Principal Officer's line. I'll take your call, but please make sure that you don't spend more than 2 minutes, because Mazi is just waiting to take over the podium. Tell us your name and where you're calling from.
Mazi, good morning.
Welcome to the program.
Yeah, Mazi, my name is Ifan. I'm calling from my location. Mazi, I thank Chukwuka Biama for the day and the opportunity he has given us another day to see the brightness of the day. May his name be glorified in the name of Chukwuka Biama. Mazi, something that makes me to call this morning is about this the Fulanis that is taking over our places. Last time I was at home, I was at home last month at Enugu, where they call the new artisan market. That new artisan market, the government of Enugu wanted to demolish that place, but they couldn't because of the power. The police went there with the bulldozer and everything. But these Fulani people, the new artisan market, when I walked through that place, I saw the place like abandoned project, new buildings, abandoned projects inside that place. It has a fence, you know. So, and all the trucks that is coming to that market, the Fulani people are selling the cows, goats, and every other things. None of our people is trading on that market, the new artisan market. But they overpower the police there and they ran away. That very day, the kind of gunshot I heard that very day, it was terrible. That place, the kind of ammunition they have inside that place, because when they get their trucks inside that place, that is where inside the place, that is where they will offload everything, and you don't know what they carry inside the truck. They will tell you they have a cow, they have a goat, all animals, but what they have inside is ammunition they offload there. That artisan market, if that place is not demolished or look into, that place is another armory for Fulani. I just want to give this report. Thank you, Mazi.
Thank you very much. All right, thank you so much. This is a very good report that you just given. This is Radio Biafra USA 2. We are still not taking any more calls. I've turned down all the phone lines, so there's no point trying to call me. When I started this program today, I heard what our brother said. They unknown to say the message to our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I heard it actually to a point. I didn't want to play the entire thing, because people are getting emotional, honestly speaking, and I don't blame them. We want Biafra today and tomorrow, but you know something? We have to tread cautiously. We have a leader who has led us diligently all these years, tells us what is coming in front of us, what we're going to encounter. Every single thing that he has said, none has come to be a lie. Everything he said is true. The way it is said, given to us, that's the way. So why don't we just have a little bit more patience? When you find us, okay, that bro, no. And the small children were playing around. They saw the rat there. And as the OK started talking, see people men and one and see but he's been there for God knows how long, and now they're trying to bring you out, and you're in a rush. We have been in this slavery for a long time, beyond 60 years. God has sent somebody to redeem us. Gradually, he's doing what he's doing. It's about time we just open our hands and say, welcome, take us, do whatever you want to do with us, by listening to what he's saying. Gradually, we have seen his predictions coming true. He told us from the beginning what the Fulanis have plans for us. He went to the World Igbo Congress. He was ridiculed. He went back. Today, everybody is saying that every single thing that he has ever said is true. He came out of prison. He created what they call BSS, Biafra Security, whatever. And people were making a caricature of it. Oh, he was not following the law. Now everybody started creating. Now he created ESN today. The governors are rising. They want to create a bubago. There is something wrong with us. But you know something? This is all controlled by the divine. Chukwu Okike Abiyama knows the best. There is no way they are going to succeed. They will always fool around. But you see our land, nobody's going to take it from us. We are Biafrans, and thanks to ESN that has come in, we need to support them.
God bless all ESN. Thank you. ESN, thank you. IPOB, thank you. ESN, thank you. ESN is chasing away criminals in our lives.